Witam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie, panie i panów. Jedziemy dalej, kolejny odcinek. Tak jak mówiłem, zaczynamy zadanie poboczne.
Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because I have a mind to make a killing.
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade, that an elder Dread Evis had been sighted in the fields of Korava. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity, but those that do develop a hide of phenomenal value.
A hide you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted into marvels the likes of which the world has never seen. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed, but the worked hide of a well-aged beast, now that would fetch such coin that Gilbert himself might weep with envy. Bring me that beast's skin and I will share with you the bounty of our combined labors.
All right. I'll hunt your Evis.
Of course you will. When one lives in such troubled times, it is a fool who lets opportunity slip his grasp. Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovany, you are a mere stone's throw from the fields of Korava. I eagerly await your safe, and above all, triumphant return.
Dobrze, teraz tak. Drugie zadanie jest na górze. I je też weźmiemy. Jest drabina? A weźmy, zobaczmy, gdzie ona prowadzi. Mam wrażenie, że tu jakiś boks jest właśnie. Tak myślałem. Ale nic nie wychodzi z tego, że są boksy, nie? Nie ma to znaczenia. Chwila, poczekajmy. A tu jest zamknięte przejście aktualnie. Przez towany nie przejdziemy, żeby zrobić tego questa. Trzeba by było się steleportować tu i zrobić. Dobra, najpierw weźmy tego drugiego jeszcze questa, żebym się upewnił, że tu nic już nie trzeba.
Finally, no one was paying me the slightest heed.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word. Sadly, this far from home, I'm just a vagrant greybeard.
The university? You're a scholar.
A specialist in ancient cultures, the most accomplished in all Valisthea, some have said. Not that I look the part in these tattered rags. In my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from my studies. Yet here I am, a wizened windbag.
No, jeśli chodzi o schody na starość, no. Ja codziennie widzę ten problem starszych ludzi, jak wchodzą po schodach.
Would you do an old man a kindness and brave the stairs in my stead?
Climb the stairs
And memorize a few inscriptions for me, assuming you know your letter. Some courteous soul is rumored to have carved clues to Tabor's rich history into stones dotted about the village. 3 of them, to be precise. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed, namely, the otherwise undocumented origins of Tabor's unique people. People quite unlike those of neighboring lands.
I can't promise I'll remember everything perfectly.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the...
Dobrze, okej, kamienie to będą tu na miejscu, więc to jest szybki, fajny quest. No i teraz tak. Okej, w ten sposób. Nie wiem, czuję się jakby mój głos był 3 razy głośniejszy, bo zjadłem. Więc jeżeli wyjątkowo głośno mówię, to przepraszam.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals.
To jest jeden kryształ, a ja mam jeszcze 2 znaleźć, tak?
So it's these stones to Canva and the rest of the boxes are gone.
To jest jeden, dobra, tu jest drugi.
Have you noticed the elder has been coughing less?
Trzeci jest od razu też po drodze, także nic wielkiego. Mam nadzieję, że nie miałem zapamiętać.
Home, I wonder.
Mam nadzieję, że nie trzeba było zapamiętać tego, bo absolutnie nie zwracam uwagi na to, co tam pisze.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read. The engravings were in good repair considering their age.
Would that I could have seen for myself. Come, don't tease me now. What did you learn of this place and its people? Let's start with the engraving to the south, shall we? What did it say?
No właśnie, tak myślałem. Ciekawe, czy mogę popsuć ten quest.
Guardians of the Crystal. The first stones of Tabor. I'm pretty sure that was...
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of the... But whatever could have driven the Guardian... The engraving...
Wonders of the Golden Plains. Lay your roots in stone.
Złote równiny mi się pamięta, ale tego trzeciego też nie pamiętam.
These rocks are home. Or
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor. Its guardian roots could never... This is proving most enlightening. Now,
Dzieci łowców, no właśnie.
children of the hunter. That can't be right, surely.
I'd rather suspect it.
Aha, czyli 2 zgadłem. Dobrze, dobrze, to on się zawiesza.
Children of the...
Sun worship?
I could have sworn it was something... Children of the hunter.
Ale 2 zgadłem. Jednego zupełnie nie wiedząc, a drugie już pamiętając, że wspomniał coś o złotych równinach.
And give praise her gracious hand. That's all 3.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's 3 engravings. 1 for each of the 3 peoples, guardians of the Mother Crystal. What little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this...
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Już? Już ukończono zadanie. Dobrze, zostało tamto z tymi skórami. No zrobimy, no. Szczerze mówiąc, ja z walk dostaję chyba więcej expa z tych questów. Czasami mam takie wrażenie. Pewnie nawet nie mylne. No nie ma tu przejścia oczywiście. Na czym ja ubolewam bardzo. No dobra. Okej, teleport jest obok, więc nie ma problemu. I tak muszę się udać na te pola. 700 metrów, no. Dobra, ale nie będę już chyba musiał tam wracać, miejmy nadzieję. Na tych polach jest mnóstwo rzeczy. Zrobili sobie obszar, gdzie jest do questów. Dobra, Claive, dawaj tego czokoba, jedziemy. O, Proszę bardzo. Się pojawił. Brzydko. Już wolę jak za pleców mi wychodzi. A nie jak nagle widać, że się pojawia. Tu w lewo, tak? Tak. Ambrozja to jest najszybszy pojazd w tej grze. Stanik kamiennej skóry. W ogóle teraz zauważyłem, że mam dziwne eliksiry. Wiecie, ja to zmienię, bo ja się później zabiję, mając takie przedmioty. Tutaj do skrótów, tak, w tej kolejności. Ostatni eliksir się przyda. Taki eliksir, który ratuje mi życie. Pewnie zapomnę o nim i nagle mnie uratuje. Upiorny. Nie ma znaczenia, czy jest upiorny, czy nie. I koniec. A teraz jak się szybko ładuje miecz, to jest dobrze. No i dobra, mamy skóry. Dosyć sprawnie to poszło.
Here's your hide, as requested.
I worried you might never return. Oh, as supple as a maiden's cheek, yet as adamant as her virtue. This is everything I had hoped for, and more. Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. You must be a hunter of considerable talent to have bested the beast with nary a scratch. Join me as my honored partner. With my means and your might, we shall be as wealthy as the merchant.
I don't plan on making a habit of this. I'm busy enough as it.
Very well. Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it would be unbecoming of me to beg. Do not allow me to keep you from being about.
Dawaj kasiorę i się żegnamy. Ja tu fabułę mam do zrobienia. O proszę, jest expik, jest renoma. Dobra, a teraz lecimy fabułę, moi drodzy. Tnij, Claive, nie patrz.
Cyril, how fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Yes. Yote is otherwise engaged at my behest.
Joshua ma swoich asasynów
Wardenship.
Fulfilled.
nieśmiertelnych.
So as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token. For as long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you, if there is nothing further.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
It's a canva then.
We'll talk about this later. Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
The free cities and the
No use
Nie
calling up
mogę.
Rosie now.
Tu się otworzyło teraz, jak ja tu podszedłem. Ale jazda, no to teraz się otworzyło. Dobra, nieważne. Mogę? Mogę, bo tu już są potwory, ja chcę je ominąć. Rzeźnik orków.
Then let us be rid of them.
Nie ma co. Nie ma czasu na takie płaszczki. Nie mają 33 poziom, ja mam 41, nie będę z takimi nawet walczył.
Clive,
Twarok był godny. 50 miał i one-shotował mnie. Orkowie sobie podbili miasto. Złota ścieżka.
the free men are still holding their own then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
Zadanie poboczne jest wyżej. Dobra, jest tabor. Jest złota ścieżka. Jest wolne miasto. I 3 zadania poboczne się tu odblokowały. Ja już chcę zrobić je. Mówiłem, robię każde zadanie poboczne. Dobrze, to jest pierwsze.
If we're going to do this, we'll need...
Clive, your timing is impeccable. It just so happens that right at this very moment, we're in need of someone with your talents.
And what talents would those be?
Why, your fearlessness, and your skill with a blade.
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept over the Republic, so too did a wave of chaos and confusion. Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capital's bearers have lost their masters, or taken the opportunity to flee them. None remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves under the protection of the Fist before they get far. But the army too is in disarray, and finds itself unable to provide for its new charges. Which means it has been looking to sell.
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masterless bearers remain that way.
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to free dozens more, and
So where does my skill with a blade come in?
Though we may have the funds to buy these bearers, we have nowhere to house them. So we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled. Somewhere far from the prying eyes of those who would see them enslaved once more. And we believe we have found one. Cashlock. A small hamlet.
Dobrze, że nie Kashyyyk
The place was abandoned
ze
a
Star
long
Warsów.
time ago. But when the men moved out,
And so we seek the aid of a fearless swordsman to encourage them to look elsewhere.
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making arrangements for the transportation of our guests, as we discussed.
of course,
Sounds like you'll have your work.
I will. We have an entire village to stock and furnish. Even if I begin right now, I'll be working day and night. So I'd better get started. Try to clear the place out before the wagons roll.
I'll do my best.
Dobrze.
You will find a village in Chadra's Thread, past Leitney's Cleft. My man there will open the gate for you.
All right.
I'm sure you won't.
Teraz tak. Ten quest, kawałek do niego jest, ale lepiej z rozpadliny jechać.
Good girl.
Okej, trzeba by tamtym miejscem jechać jednak tutaj.
All right.
This must have been a nice place once.
Will be again.
Pieczone ugary. Jeszcze więcej? I koniec. Dobra, szybciutko nam to poszło.
I think that's the last of them.
I think you're right. Let's head back to Boklad. Something the matter, Theodore? Quiet.
Those are our terms. I trust that you will give them your full consideration.
Znowu cesarza
I
głos.
shall.
Him again.
Someone you know?
Yes. And, no. But enough about him. How did you fare down in Cashlock?
It's done. The village...
You made quick
I should go and let Eloise...
Don't let me keep you. But Claive, don't tell her I was... She'll only get upset. I'll explain everything once...
All right. Eloise, I just got back from Cashlock.
Thank you, Clive. Here. Some.
Przyspieszmy to trochę, bo to będą długie questy.
Now that you have laid the groundwork for our little... I suppose we'd better finish the job. The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our offer for the bearers...
You're still in negotiation.
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf, but things have been trickier than we anticipate. I suppose it's to be expected. This is the army, but we shall emerge victorious.
Well,
Umiecie tak szybko czytać?
need any help? You know where to find...
I'm not sure I do.
Ja umiem. A w zasadzie wystarczą mi nawet najważniejsze wyrazy, a resztę mógłbym oddać.
Clive.
You wanted to talk?
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking to my sister. He represents the Silver Peak Consortium. It's one of the bigger trading houses.
I don't think I've heard...
Well, every trader in Dharmekia has, and they're still expanding. They've been trying to get Eloise, and judging by her reaction earlier...
And you'd rather she didn't.
I would rather she did what makes her happy, and I would never deny her such... Eloise saved me from slavery, and we have striven to save others like me ever since. But this was not the life my sister wanted, nor the... I won't let her give up on her dreams again for my sake. She freed me from my bond, and she must be freed from hers.
You're a good man, Theo.
I have always been grateful for what my sister did, and I want to repay the favor by letting her live her own. But each time an opportunity to do just that arises, she turns it down.
She loves you.
And I love her. Which is why I want this time to be different. Though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to time.
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well, these bearers aren't going to move them. That's a job for the...
Dobrze. Idziemy kolejny quest robić. Teraz jest do Marty jak zawsze.
Clive. Just the man I was hoping to see.
Oh?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have... Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay, but we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts and chocobo pens. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I... But where would I put 'em? There just ain't enough room up here on the rock, which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over looking for... But there's only so many we can shelter with the... We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home for... And that's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much of a burden.
It's no but.
Thank you.
So,
Well, I reckon we could do a lot...
Eastpool. It's been a long time since...
It was a tragedy. And if any of us could have done anything to stop it, but what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved.
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den. And they don't seem like the nasty bastards they are would have sent someone
bandyci.
sooner if my boys didn't already have their hands. But now we've got a few more guardians of the flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move.
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I won't have bandits sully those memories.
And I know the men will glad... I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to... And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too.
Of course.
Dobrze, oczyścić Eastpool, dobrze.
Not just yet. Let's hear Wade's plan first. So Wade, it's good to see you.
And you, Lord Rosfield. And you.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free...
That's right. Though I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since. And then there are the bearers. Men and women who found the courage to flee their masters, and we need somewhere to settle them.
As can I, which is why I agree.
That's very kind of you. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble.
So?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Few, and rather less, thankfully. A small force would suffice to clear the village. But if the Akash...
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with it. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off... Make sure I'm not taken unaware.
I can't ask you to bear all...
The Akashic are the bigger...
Well, if you're sure, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead.
All right.
We shall see you there.
Dobra. Idziemy do Eastpoolu od razu. Szybkim teleportem. Oczyścić z bandytów. Żeby ci mieli gdzie mieszkać i dobrze. Nareszcie nie będzie tu przeciwników.
Who the hell are you?
You will leave this place or face the consequences. That's the end of that then. Or maybe not.
Jak myślałem, że nie. O nie, ten glut znowu. Skąd to się tu wzięło? Znowu to coś. Ten dziwak. Wow. Koniec. Jednak kamecha jest w miarę dobra.
Any more surprises? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching. I thought you were keeping an eye out for a
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you slay...
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you and the Guardians will...
I would hope so, my lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, right? It might be best to send word for them to come right away.
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart and leave it with me, my lord.
No i już. Nareszcie znowu to będzie zamieszkałe.
Home. Without masters.
No. We're the masters now. Our lives are our own at law.
That's all of them. And not a single Akashek in sight. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding the place. It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years of beasts, and the masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in the... It'll take a bit of elbow grease. But we'll see Eastpool rise again.
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried here, if you don't mind. I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding efforts. He should be a part of this.
Of course.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safe. If you need anything more...
And we will, my lord.
No i dobrze.
There you are. All went well then. Sir Wade told me you got rid of the bandits while his lot kept it. What's all this about? Some shape-shifting night? On second thoughts, it'll only give me nightmares of me own. What matters is you did it, and...
I suppose it will be.
What else? Sir Wade said it best. There's plenty bad happened to that place, but that don't undo the good that happened there.
Did Wade say that?
Well, so anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool, but their work's the way I see it. Neither is if it's food or lumber or strong backs they need.
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you. You didn't have...
I wanted to.
Ładnie chciałem. Kolejny quest w Lost Wing.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
You know what you have to do. Clive, I fear that I must bid you, as you know, our time grows short. The Lord Chief Justice's vultures us. Before we part, I want you to know that, though I may not always have been your most vocal ally, I trust you, as I trusted your predecessor.
Thank you. I appreciate his revenge.
It is the one and it is all that I have lived for.
But what of Lost Wing? Everything you've...
I built Lost Wing to achieve this aim. Once it is done, the village will have served its... My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall fight to the last. But there are those among us who cannot fight. I would place Lost Wing in their hands, if I thought it would do them any good. But a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not likely to stay as... And so, Clive, I find myself... Will you take them to your hideaway? That they might live, even should Lost Wing die.
I will.
Thank you. I will not have it said that I did not see to the well-being of those who... The people I speak of have withdrawn to Gotan's Bales, away from danger in case the Black...
Understood.
Then the last of my preparation, and may Griga guide us.
Tam jest, dobra.
Come then, brother. We are awaited in Gotan's bales.
Joshua się odezwał. Nietypowo.
Ambrosia won't help me here. Not here. This is no time to ride.
Nie uda się. Ambrozja za nisko skacze.
Back to the stables, girl. Everyone, Quentin has asked that you come with me. He can no longer guarantee your protection, but I can.
Well, if that's what the Master thinks. Sid, none of us would be standing here today if it weren't for Master Quentin. We owe him our lives. So if he's saying we ain't safe in Lost Wing no more, it's because he ain't coming back. And if that's what has to happen, then so be it. I only that we get to see just.
I hope so too.
Oi! You lot! Where's everyone else?
They've gone with Master Quentin.
What's wrong?
I've just come from the Justice's manor. We have to get... It ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a guard dog and all. A fucking monster. They don't stand a chance against that thing. If I don't get the message to them, they're all gonna fucking die.
No. We can't... Sid! Don't worry about us. You've got to catch... We can't let Quentin die before that bastard...
All right. Where is this manor?
It's way over to the east, through the woods. Heaven Hall, he calls it.
Promise us, Sid. Promise us you'll do what you...
Oczywiście, że zrobię co się da. Tylko to jest makabrycznie daleko, widzę. Za Smoczego trzeba tu pojechać.
Clive, look.
No. Don't tell me we're too late.
Quentin jeszcze żyje.
Quentin, are you all right?
No. But I am alive, which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me without question all the way here. And they died. For nothing.
O, biały piesek. No, żartuję, kotek.
Quentin, I'll hold it off. You go.
But
your comrades didn't die for nothing. They died for you. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain.
I won't.
Come on, then.
That is no mere guard dog.
No. Just a rabid beast that needs to be put down.
33 poziom to ma. I leży. Dobra. Czas go wykończyć. Ktoś zamawiał pieczonego kota? Koniec. Szybko poszło. Po tamtym smoku to już nie ma godnego przeciwnika.
If only we'd arrived earlier. Is it over?
It is. He wept and begged for mercy. And I cut him from ear to ear.
Rzeźnik
Just
Quinten.
as I dreamed of doing all these years. All my plans. Building a haven in Lostwing. Freeing bearers from their chains and recruiting them to my cause. It was all for this. But what is this? Justice? My faithful comrades. All those lives lost. So that I might take another.
Quinten.
Master Quinten! Oh, thank Grieger you're safe.
You're alive.
And so are you. I'm so sorry. I tried to warn you about that thing. And I hate to say it, but there's more bad news. It's Lostwing. It's been flooded.
What?
Jak nie urok, to powódź. No chyba kasze tu będą.
Lostwing. My Lostwing.
And look who's here.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
Don't be a fool.
Przebieg tam.
Damn it.
Quinten's not going to last long in there.
Then we finish this quickly.
Śmiesznie się ich przesuwa. Podoba mi się to.
I need to get back to Quentin.
Wiedziałem, że zginie.
Quentin. Quentin! Look at me! Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. I'm going to get you out of...
A jednak żyje?
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lostwing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve...
No, Master Quentin. Save your strength.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. Only emptiness. I have nothing left.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we all know it.
I thought you weren't coming back. But I prayed, and you did. There's got to be a reason for that, right? Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't over yet, Master Quentin. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and we still do.
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people aren't, so long as you remain to guide them.
But why? After what why would anyone follow me?
'Cause we're family, aren't we?
Family?
Yeah, and all our comrades who went with you, they felt the same. Lostwing weren't just a village. It was all of us.
It was. And as long as we're still here, it is too.
We can start again. Build a new Lostwing, right here in the Bales.
A fresh start. One life ends, and another begins. Why, just a village. We could build towns. A nation, even. What's to stop us?
That's the Master Quentin we know.
Please. I am nobody's master. Quentin will suffice. After all, we are family.
Człowiek orkiestra.
Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my people.
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf. You saved my life.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. Nothing but the best.
Nie ma tak jak
I have a
trunek.
feeling that this year's vintage will be the finest yet. If you don't mind waiting.
I look forward to it.
Skończyliśmy tu, więc fabuła. Ruszamy sobie dalej w fabułę.
Sounds like thunder.
You're late. We're starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff.
I seem to recall that was you, Gav.
Good to see you. Any trouble on the road?
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come. Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Allow me to introduce my brother, Joshua.
Clive's told me all about you. Or even listening most of the time. Name's Midadol, but everyone calls me Mid.
My lady.
Hey?
My boy.
Uncle
Byron.
It's really you.
Mój ulubiony wujek.
I never thought I'd see the day.
So these Akashic are being controlled.
That's what it looked like. Empty eyes, eerie blue glow. No doubt they were turned, but silent as monks, every last one of them.
Your man here speaks true, Claive. We saw more than a few in this city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultima's doing.
Perhaps.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the horde arrived. Some in the merchants' district to the west, and a few others on the far bank.
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't hold them for long. We need to find them. And quickly.
What do you propose?
We split into two parties. I will make for the merchants' district, while you look to those across the river. Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not at all. We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood. And what of us?
Mid, is she fit to sail?
The ship, the Mithril engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get herself into trouble, would you?
Think I can manage that?
I'll keep him safe.
Looks like you stuck with me, Byron.
That's Lord Rossfield, you little gutter snipe!
Shall we then?
And you keep Clive safe.
Be careful. Both of you.
You too.
Dobra, gramy. Wybaczcie, to chwilowe zacięcie, ale rozmawiałem. A teraz możemy jechać giereczkę. Nie znam tego miejsca dobrze. Jak śmiecie zabić? Co to, armia potworów? O! Mam cię. O! Moja kolej. Wiesz co? Denerwujesz mnie. O, on może teleportować się przez mój atak tak jak ja? Nie można tak grać, to tylko ja mam takie moce. No nieładnie. Trochę dostałem. Nic wielkiego. Mogę iść tam. Aha, dobra, tu jest zamknięte. Dużo ich. Nie będę ukrywał. Chcę ich ściągnąć wszystkich jeszcze do tego. No ktoś rzuca tarczę tutaj w ogóle. Ten czarodziej. Uwielbiam popatrzeć, jak się spieszy. Wpływ ultimy. A czyżby innego? Ultima pociąga za sznurki, to czegoś się spodziewał. Tu nie będzie ludzi. Dobra, idziemy tędy. W ogóle to mogę zakupić kolejne zdolności. Naładowaną magię. Prowokacji nie chcę. Atak nurkowy może być. Wypad też. Teraz już mogę wydawać jak bogacz. Noszące płomienie. Mistrzostwa nic mi nie dają. Nie wiem, co mam wydać dalej. Bo oczywiście za płot muszę rozdać, nie? No właśnie. Bez sensu. Dobra, zrobimy inaczej. Cofnijmy to. Zbieramy na to, żeby każdemu ikonowi odblokować te rzeczy. Tutaj są ciekawe psy. O, siemano. Naucz się celować. Halo, zobacz. Oj, chyba jednak trafił. Oj, oj. Mój pies walczy z drugim psem, śmietnie. Okej. Ale dostaję cięgie. Manto. Nie mogę go skończyć, no. Taki łatwy potwór, ja nie mogę go skończyć. Więcej ich jest jeszcze? Dobrze, niech wejdą do tornada. Dobra, idziemy dalej. Otwierać.
That sounded big. Joshua and Jill must be busy. You're finished.
Podoba mi się, jak się wszyscy poprzewracali nagle. Dokładnie. Bataszka. Czyżbyś nie zdążył zadawać ataku? Nie widzę nic, ale to nie ma znaczenia.
This is the Agora, where the city's leaders gather. There may still be survivors inside.
O, skrzyneczka. Przychylność światła. Właśnie, przypomniało mi się, w końcu muszę zobaczyć wyposażenie, bo ja mam... to są normalne, dobre. Na pewno powiedzą. Widzisz, żeby byli rozmownik? Claive? Dobra. Okej.
You've caused quite the commotion.
O, Harbard
But
w
then I
końcu.
would expect no less from you, Muthos.
Chodź.
You again.
Naklepię cię.
I don't believe we've been introduced. You were in my family's crypt, and now you're here, with an army of Akashic thralls.
Manners, Lord Rosfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
What?
Bez mózgami chciałeś
They are
powiedzieć.
all that remains in this once raucous city.
You'll pay for what you've done.
As you wish. I confess I have been very much looking forward to this. Pardon me this indulgence, Your Majesty. The vessel shall not be spoiled.
Nawet byś chciał, nie mógłbyś go naruszyć.
Or not. As long as you don't hold back.
O! Naznaczył mnie. Dobra, atakuje szybciej niż ja. Oj, nie to chciałem użyć, ale dobre, niech będzie. A ja w ogóle go chyba nie trafiłem, bo robi ten durny teleport.
Forgive me if my performance seems uninspired. It is just that I expected so much more from our chosen one. Perhaps this will kindle your flame?
What now?
A gift from my liege lord's armory. Gungnir. Watch closely, Muthos.
Laser ma.
Yes!
O! To broń, która powinna należeć do mnie. Pewnie nawet nie jest twoja. O, mogę to odbić. Dobrze wiedzieć. Myślałem, że się nie da. Nieźle. O, jest. Teraz. Nieźle. Przyznaję, wymiatasz. Ale nie tylko ty tu wymiatasz. To dopiero pierwszy potem, gościu, wtedy jesteś już prawie martwy. Nie zrobił na mnie wrażenia. Insygnia śmierci, tak, krwi. Myślałem, że śmierci będzie. Leż. Ukrój mu głowę, zabierz tą fajną broń, co miał. Ja chcę jego weapon. O, Joshua.
You're all right.
As are you, I see.
We are, yes. I'm sorry, but we couldn't save them.
It was over before we arrived.
Well, you did what you could. I fear we were all too late. What's wrong?
Nothing. I hope.
O!
Leaving so soon, Mythos?
It's the king.
Indeed. You may kneel before Barnabas Tharmem, Warden of Ash and King of Walud.
Odyn.
Get back.
Dokładnie, dawać mi go. Szermierz.
Wild and impetuous. I expected more of the boy who bested my Lord Commander. Yet I see why my master covets you so. The power within you, Mythos. The potential.
Stop calling me Mythos.
But Mythos is everything. The cornerstone of all creation. The Lord's vessel. Your purpose.
My purpose? To surrender my mind and body to that thing.
Jest coś, co zawsze Claive ma. Jego duma.
This is my own. I made a promise to my friends, to my people. And nothing is going to stand in my way.
You would allow this delusion of free will to bar your path to greatness? Truly, your volition is a cancer. One that must be excised.
Try it.
All the rest.
Joshua!
Od razu poszła na fulla. Jest, ma mój miecz w pysku, znaczy się.
Power beyond reckoning, and they use it as a crutch. Such a waste.
Will he be all right?
The phoenix can mend flesh, but the spirit must recover on its own. I'm afraid the rest is up to him. This place is remarkable. Outfitting it must have been no small feat. But why go to such trouble?
That beauty's belly's filled with wonders the world ain't ready for. If the guilds caught wind of what we were up to, they'd all want a piece. All right?
And how is he?
Ja bym chciał wiedzieć, co jest Gilles, a nie z nim.
Blame yourself. He was barely breathing when you brought him here. We would have lost him if it were not for you.
No. Barnabas may have severed nigh every sinew in my brother's body. But he made certain the wounds were not fatal.
Nigh every sinew?
Allow me, your lordship. Don't know what I was thinking, putting you to the trouble like that.
'Tis no trouble carrying comestibles to my ailing nephew.
I know, but you've already done so much for us. Pouring your gil into the hideaway and now the ship. I don't want to take the piss.
You risked your life. And for what? Some girl you hardly know. Why'd you do it? You not mad or something?
I wouldn't go that far.
Clive!
You're awake, my boy. Oh.
All I want to do is help. And the world won't save itself. It was Sid. Your father, who taught me that.
Sounds like him.
Don't you dare do that again.
What of the royalists?
Fucked off, the lot of them, along with the galleon. With the king on board, no doubt. Behind here, I wouldn't sail without him. Claive. Jill didn't come back.
What do you mean?
She kept the king busy while the others dragged you out.
It's all right, Mid. Jill is fine.
The ether of her icon endures. And as long as it does, we can be certain she is alive.
Skąd oni to wiedzą?
We must pursue the Black Galleon.
Czują jej kij na odległość.
I'm sure of it.
Well, good luck catching him, because my ship's going nowhere. It's the mithril engine. She's got a kick like a wild chocobo and a mind to tear the hull in half.
But you have an idea.
Well, of course I do. My dad'll have seen this coming a league off. If I had his old writings...
If you had his old writings, you'd be sitting under a fuckload of rubble. The ones Otto didn't save anyway. I suppose he might still have a few pages in his stores.
We'll have to hope it's enough. Do what you can to ready the ship. I'll speak with Otto.
In your condition, you really are mad.
Perhaps. But the world really won't save itself.
To odczytuje. Dostał falą uderzeniową i wstał sobie potem, jak gdyby nigdy nic, bo Feniks mu pomógł. Niech będzie. Feniks naprawdę cuda robi. Pieśń nadziei.
Right. Gav said that Otto might know something.
Wszystko się odblokowało. Wszystko znowu. Co tu się odblokowało tym razem? Dobra, nieważne.
Let me tell you a story, Clive.
All right.
Them rumours wet legs were spreading. Might be they weren't just tales plucked out of thin air. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the twins. But then one day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer. Said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. And I fell right into his damn trap. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find herself the richest dam in the twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say that I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up. Or you'll have me to answer to. Clive. Coin purse weighing you down?
Runiczne. Okej, jest lepszy miecz. 275. Pamiętajmy. Jest runiczny pas. Moment. Nie jestem głupi. Zaraz się okaże, że kowal ma jeszcze lepsze. Idziemy do kowala najpierw. No właśnie, ostrze runiczne od razu na drugim poziomie. Na pierwszym znaczy się. I runiczny pas. No i już. Dziękuję. Już mamy nowy mieczyk. Ja dam wam tak, żebyście mogli przeczytać, jakbyście chcieli sobie stopować. Ja aczkolwiek nie będę wszystkich czytał tych listów. Bo to książka jest. Mało mamy tych wspomnień, ja to nie wiem. Skąd więcej.
My Lord Marquis, I heard about Eastpool. That some of my fellow guardians are to build a new home there, both for themselves and for Madame Martha's bearers. Is it true?
It's true. The village is to be rebuilt.
I have many fond memories of Eastpool. When I was a child, we would visit my aunt and uncle often. They would lavish attention upon me as if I were the son they never had. I went to see Aunt Hannah after my uncle passed away, but not nearly as often as I should have.
Oscar, I'd like you to assist Sir Wade in the rebuilding efforts.
But, my lord, my training is not yet complete. I couldn't possibly.
I warned you I might not be the easiest of masters, but I'm not as hard-hearted as that. Go. Be with your aunt. Rebuild her home. Is what she would have wanted.
Yeah, thank you.
Dobrze, teraz tak. Orkiestron mnie nie interesuje, ale tamta struna cała mnie interesuje. I znowu trzeba z Odynem oczywiście porozmawiać, co zaraz zrobię. Bo pewnie nawet mapę mam zablokowaną, co? Nie, jednak nie. Ale dobra, przynajmniej będę wiedział, gdzie misja główna prowadzi. O, najpierw tu.
Back again? How may I help you today? One must understand one's place in the world. Very good.
Akurat wiem, co się wydarzyło, to nie będę sprawdzał. Talizman przekształcenia. Ciekawe, co to jest. 1500. To mi brakuje. Co to jest ten talizman przekształcenia? Ach! Dali 1000 tych talizmanów, a w większości i tak się nie da wykorzystać. W ogóle zapomniałem. Patacha. Upiorna kometa. Mężczyzna w czerni. Dobra. Robimy sobie zdjęcie każdego z tych stworzeń i trzeba ubić wszystko. Dobra, ale nie ma chyba questów na razie. Też poczekajmy, bo może wszystko sobie połączymy.
Clive? But if you're here, where the hell is everyone else? Don't tell me. They're all right. But it's a long story.
Pogadamy z nim, żeby popchnął trochę i może jakieś zadanie odblokuje, bo zaraz się okaże, że ja tam będę łowił, a później znowu trzeba będzie tam biegać, więc wszystko przy okazji.
As for these writings, I'm sorry to say, Clive, but if you had those, you'd be sitting under a pile of rubble. I know. But we were able to save a few bits and pieces from the ruins, most of which ended up being used to build this place. The more personal items we gave to the next of kin. In the case of Sid's things, that would have been mid. Then I'll check the workshop.
Dobra, idźmy tam od razu.
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone, do you think Mid's ship will ever sail? This looks like it's from Sid's old diary. But you'll already have read it. I'd better keep looking. What do we have here? Oh, Sid's pipes.
We've had no word from Canva for days. Please tell me Mid is all right.
O? Jak to pominąłem?
I remember seeing this doll in Sid's cellar. I wonder if it was Mid's. tucked inside it. Sid's best invention. So Sid hid something in Mid's first opus. What would that be? Perhaps Otter might know. Possibly. You wouldn't happen to know what Mid's first opus was?
Opus? That girl's as tone deaf as a banshee. Unless you mean the orchestrion. She couldn't have been more than, what, 11, 12 when she cobbled that thing together? It surprised us all. Not least her dad. You should have seen how proud he was of the little scamp. What's that battered old box have to do with anything?
I think Sid may have hidden something inside it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Those two and their bloody treasure hunts. Half the things in the hideaway were hidden one time or another.
Czyli jednak orkiestra. No i dobrze, tam musimy iść.
I didn't break it. Well, I didn't break it.
What didn't you break?
Nothing. We didn't break nothing. We definitely didn't break the orchestrion.
What's wrong with it?
It's broken. Except when it isn't. See?
And you had nothing to do with this?
Nope. Nothing. We just wanted to listen to all the songs at once. So we pressed all the buttons. Like this. See?
All too well. All right, out of the way. Something caught on one of the gears.
Did you break it? Can you fix it?
No, I mean, yeah, yes. There. How about now?
You fixed it! Sid fixed it! He more than fixed it! Yeah, new music!
Huh. Never heard this one before.
They started playing when I removed this. Whatever it is.
Well, don't look at me. I can tell you it's important, though. Sid showed it to me once and said as much. Said it was the stuff dreams were made of.
To Sida muza.
Hope it's the stuff ships are made of as well.
A śmieciarki przeszły.
Let's see if we can make some dreams come true.
Dobrze, ukończyliśmy zadanie. 3000, no leci tam ten exp do tych.
Just the two I was looking for.
Aye, aye. Lose a patient?
Actually, yes. The Crown Prince just left.
Dion left?
Unless you've another word for stood up and walked off. Yes, left. He did have the decency to leave a message with Obelisk before commandeering one of his dinghies. Should we go after him?
No. We're not the Prince's keepers. He's free to do as he sees fit.
I'd rather he did so in bed. His wounds are nowhere near healed. Much like yours, I suspect. Otto told me what happened in Canver. What is it with this realm's princes and their aversion to rest?
Ask me when I get back. Though I may be sometime.
Then at least try to stay safe.
Odpoczynek jest dla słabych.
And if that fails,
Hmm?
try to stay alive, eh?
Albo dla rannych, martwych. Ale nie dla żywych.
Every moment I waste here, the further the flagship sails. I have to get back.
No, odblokowały się kolejne zadania, co wiedziałem, że się może wydarzyć. Właśnie na coś takiego czekałem. Jest aż tak daleko w ogrodzie. Moc winorośli. No dobrze. To idziemy. Albo wiecie co? Mam lepszy pomysł. Zakończymy na tym. Ten odcinek będzie taki ciekawszy jednak. A ja resztę nagram już w następnym. Dzięki za oglądanie. Do następnego. Cześć.